What's going on, everybody? He's your boy back for another video. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more updates. Anyway, I'm going to do a sad story of a mother that's traveling to Miami, Florida with a young sister to have some type of cosmetic surgery done. As soon as it was completed, hours later, she passed away, leaving a child without a mother. Now, I'm going to play a clip, and then I'm going to break all this down. Let's check it out.
Well, tonight, only on 6, we are hearing from the family of a young mother who came to Miami from Las Vegas for a cosmetic procedure and died hours later inside a home advertising as a post-surgery recovery house.
NBC6 investigative reporter Amy Viteri spoke with the woman's mother and has why she's calling for change to keep others safe. Amonique's mother, Wakila, tells me she wants to share her...
Well, she should, instead of calling for change, she should implore other women if they want to get the procedure done. Don't go to some recovery house to do it because they're not very reputable. Always go to your physician or something like that, so you can properly get the procedure done without anything going awry. But nope, they have to choose to save their money. Go to some odd clinic that's not very reputable, only to come up missing.
Her daughter's story, but asked not to show her face on camera in an effort to protect her privacy as she mourns the loss of her first child. It was supposed to be an adventure documented on social media. Two sisters traveling to South Florida from Nevada to get cosmetic surgery and recover together.
They were really excited.
According to their mother, 28-year-old Amonique Miller and her 19-year-old sister Kiera both underwent procedures at Havana Plastic Surgery Clinic on West Flagler Street in early March. Afterward, she says they came here to a business operating out of this home on Southwest 4th Street called Kayla's Recovery House. According to their family, the sisters learned of this so-called recovery house through social media.
Okay, so they did go to a reputable clinic, but why would they go to some house for recovery? Why can't they stay at that facility? I mean, don't they have a place where they recover before they get picked up?
Social media, and that's how they decided to stay here following their surgery. But Amonique never made it home.
I have to remind myself every day that this is real. Amonique is not coming back.
Amonique's mother, Wakila, tells me she wants to share her daughter's story. Amonique was a new mother herself to a 1-year-old girl.
My daughter's supposed to be here with her daughter, and unfortunately she's not.
Instead, according to this Miami police report, officers and fire rescue crews responded to the house the night of March 7th, which they say was operating as an illegal post-plastic surgery recovery home. Inside, they found Amonique already dead and showing signs of rigor mortis, an indication she had likely been dead for hours. They describe her as heavily bandaged, face down on a bed.
From what Kiera is saying, that I must have...
No, she's been. I guess it's because of the surgery that she's heavily bandaged. But why is she laid face down? How did she get to that? How did she get to that position?
So relaxer was given, and possibly multiple Percocets.
Her sister Kiera also told police staff gave Amonique medication, which is redacted in this report. She went to sleep, but never woke up.
First, the response was, she's fine, nothing is wrong. But once they realized that she had passed away, then it wasn't that they treated it like an emergency, but panic started to set in.
To be clear, we don't know yet what exactly caused Amonique's death.
That's correct.
At this time, the medical examiner has not linked any medication to Amonique's death and is still working to determine the cause and manner of death. We contacted an attorney for the woman who runs Kayla's Recovery, Kayla Oliver, to ask about all of this. He told us we don't comment on pending investigations.
Someone like you have been reporting on this for 4 years. So where's the legislation? Where's the follow-up?
It's a unlicensed assisted living facility operating as a recovery house for homeless.
We've previously reported on the growing number of unlicensed recovery houses operating in South Florida, the law enforcement efforts to shut them down, and calls for tougher laws.
Monique is not the first, and I hope that she really is the last that this happens to.
Wakila says the state has an...
Unfortunately, she's not going to be the last that's happening to. You know, there's going to be a bunch of women that's going to get these procedures done, and then they're going to go recovery house. And either one or two things going to happen. Either they're going to make it out alive or they're not.
An obligation to enact policies that protect the women who travel here for cosmetic procedures. Women like her daughter.
It is a big deal. A little girl is not without her mother today.
We reached out to Ivana, the clinic where Amanique had her surgery, but have not yet heard back. Miami police say her death remains under investigation. Amy Viteri, NBC6.
You're not going to hear from her. She's not going to say anything. I mean, she knows she's going to be in trouble for all this. And when she does, I hope she goes to jail. And I hope, or either goes to jail or lose her business. Anyway, enough of this clip. Let's break all this down. Let's break all this shit down. The young mother traveled to Miami for plastic surgery. She died hours later while at the recovery house. All right, the death of the young, and she's a young mother too. She's a new mother. While at a post-surgery recovery house is now the subject of a police investigation. The woman's mother, she spoke to the news program investigates about what she believes happened to her daughter and is calling for change to prevent others from being hurt. She said the 28-year-old Monique Miller and her sister Kiera, 19, they both traveled to Miami from Las Vegas to undergo cosmetic procedures at a plastic surgery clinic. Hours later, Monique died while staying at a home advertised as a post-surgery recovery house. What happened to her sister, though? They never specified what happened to her younger sister. All they focus on is a 28-year-old. I mean, did the sister? I'm guessing the 19-year-old made it out alive. She didn't take anything. It just happened to the 28-year-old. Anyway, videos shared on social media documenting her sister's journey to South Florida to undergo cosmetic surgery and recovery together. Their mother, Wakila, says both women were excited about the trip. Said they each paid $1,500 to go on this trip. $1,500 each to stay 6 nights at a business located on Southwest 4th Street called Kayla's Recovery House. But Monique died hours later. She died hours later, y'all. I have to remind myself every day that this is real, what Killer said. She's not calling. She's not going to send a text. No, she's not going to do any of that, unfortunately. And she was a new mother too. That's the thing. She's the new mother. She got a newborn. Instead of taking care of her kid, she had to feel the need to go get procedures done. I don't know what procedure she's trying to get done. The news never specified, but I can only speculate.
These videos killing y'all. And the thighs don't match.
Yeah, I can only speculate that. Anyway, she said my daughter's supposed to be here with her daughter. What Killer said. Unfortunately, she's not. See, now, does she look like she needs any procedures done? I mean, she's not an ugly woman. Not by any means. I mean, why would they have Why would they have to artificiate themselves? I mean, what's wrong with her that you have to get fixed? Is he trying to thirst trap some more dudes? I mean, I don't get it. Anyway, let's move on before I really get in trouble. Instead, according to Miami Police incident report, officers and fire rescue crews responded to the house the night of March 7th, which they said was operating as an illegal post-surgery recovery home. Inside, they found Amanique already dead and showing signs of rigor mortis, an indication she had likely been dead for hours. They described finding her as heavily bandaged, face down on the bed. From what Kira is saying, that the muscle relaxers was given and possibly multiple Percocets, Willa said. I think they OD'd her. I really do. Kira also told police someone at the house gave Amanique medication which is redacted in the report so she could rest. Why would they redact that? But she never woke up. At first, the response was, "She's fine, nothing was wrong," said Jahar McLawrence, an attorney for the family. But once they realized that she had passed away, then it wasn't that they treated it like an emergency, but panic started setting in. At the time, the Miami-Dade medical examiner has not linked any medication to Amanique's death until the news investigatives. They are still working to determine the cause of and manner of death. Now, if anything linked to any medication that she may be taking, there's got to be something else. Bob Pardo is the attorney representing the woman who runs Kayla's recovery, Kayla Oliver, when asked about the recovery house and details related to Amanique's death. They said they weren't going to comment pending investigations. The news app previously reported on the growing number of unlicensed recovery houses operating in South Florida. Law enforcement efforts shut them down and calls for tougher laws. I bet. So I don't understand where's the legislation? Where's the follow-up? Where's the outrage? McLaren asks. Well, the better question is, why are these sisters trying to get procedures done when there's nothing wrong with them and they're mothers? That's what you should really ask. Anyway, Amanique is not the first one. She probably won't be the last one either. And I hope that she's the last that this happened to. Nope. Like I said, it's not going to be the last person. They ain't going to learn their lesson. Wakila said the state has an obligation to enact policies that protect the women who travel here for cosmetic procedures, like her daughter. It is a big deal, she added. A little girl is now without her mother today. Yes, she's going to be without her mother. And I hope she doesn't grow up when she's 18 or even 28 years old. But I hope she doesn't grow up to have children and then want to travel someplace to get procedures done. I hope that doesn't happen either. Ivana, the clinic where Amanique had her surgery, has not replied to a request for comment. That's the spokesperson for Miami Police says her death remains under investigation. So, yeah. Thoughts and prayers go to her and her family. Thoughts and prayers go to her and her young daughter who's going to be without her mother. I mean, it's only been how old is the kid? Like 2 months. 2 months the kid seeing her mother. And that's it. The mother's no longer with her. Ain't no telling where the father is. Ain't no telling where the father is. But of course they ain't gonna speak on that dude. But a very unfortunate story. It's unfortunate I had to do this story, but hey, it is what it is. I can only do the story, each and every stories like this one way, authentic. Anyway, that's the video for today. If you like it, push the like button, subscribe, and I'll catch you all later.